UNLV's hula instructor, Hope Amaral. Hope, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, when we think of hula, or when people think of hula, they think of beautiful dancing, beautiful art, beautiful women. But what some don't know is that it's more than just dance.
Yes.
Hula has a rich history. So tell us a little bit about that history and what it means to you.
Yeah, so hula is a traditional form of Hawaiian dance that was passed down from generation to generation. It was traditionally done for men going into battle, for Native Hawaiian men fighting on our battlefields. And so it was to allow them to keep limbo during the times of lono, which is where we don't fight. It's the off season of war. And so from that, women began to dance hula, and it became an art form and a way of storytelling for us to be able to pass down our mo'olelo, or our stories, to our future generations. And so hula comes in many different forms, shapes, and with styles. And so what I teach here at UNLV is a little bit of kahiko, which is traditional form, as well as awana, which is a little bit more modern, fun, flirtatious. And so it allows me to be able to pass down my ancestry and history to my students in my class.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you mentioned that hula was used in times of war.
Yes.
Why is it important for people to participate in hula now?
So hula is not just some type of cultural dance. It also allows for great exercise, which is why we do it as a group fitness class. You can ask any one of my students who come to class thinking that hula is just going to be really fun and they're not going to get a good workout in, but they leave my class saying, oh my gosh, my legs are on fire. I really enjoyed the lesson that I learned through this exercise, and it just allows them to keep coming back, keep learning more, and keep getting in shape.
Mm-hmm. Now, for those that don't know, Hope teaches hula right here on campus, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I've taken a class or two, and like she said, it is not easy. So you can expect a lot physically, but what can they expect mentally?
Mentally, you leave feeling a sense of wanting to learn your roots. In my class, I really teach not just the art form of dance, but I put a challenge out to my students to have them figure out where they're from and where their ohana or family are from, so that they stay connected, they stay rooted, and it gives them the opportunity to really expand their outlook on identity. And so being that we're going into AAPI Month and heritage, it's really important to understand where you come from and where you're going.
Yeah, and part of it is knowing our history and also sharing that culture with others.
Yes.
Now, for people that are maybe nervous to try hula for the first time, what's one message you have for them? Why should they try it out?
Honestly, hula is not as bad as people think. We have so much fun in this class. I really like to encourage my students to just step through the door. All it takes is one foot in, and don't hesitate. There's nothing to be afraid of. We start off with basics, and then we get into a little bit of fun. I always give a story and a background to the dance I'm teaching, and I always make sure that my students feel comfortable, that they understand that, you know, we're here to have fun, we're here to learn dance, and we're just here to perpetuate culture.